Hey guys, this is part three. So I ended part two when I was seeing this, what I thought was hand motion, like, hey, hey, can you see me? So I'm blinking my eye, like, what the heck? Am I tripping? Am I going crazy or something? I couldn't understand that. It just blew my mind. I blinked my eyes a couple times. I was like, I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, it needs to go on. I said, because I'm not leaving my house. So I just tried to ignore it. And a few minutes later, my husband was asleep. I'm talking snoring, sleeping. He just sat up on the side of the bed. And I was like, what's wrong? He said, I can't sleep. Something woke me up. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't tell him right then what I had saw. I told him the next day when we got up. But anyway, so the next day we were sitting here in the den as usual. And he was like, do you hear that? And I'm like, hear what? He said, your dad is switching TVs or something. It's really, really loud. I was like, I don't know. He was like, why would he play it that loud? I was like, I don't know. So he got up to go see. And what I was hearing distinctively, I heard boot up and I heard the preacher talking because it was whatever it was switching channels like back and forth. And the preacher was like, wait for your blessings. And then it was switched to something else. I couldn't even tell you what the other thing was. But those distinctively was you got to wait for your blessings and boot up. I didn't understand that, but I was like, okay. But as my husband was approaching the bedroom, because that's where the noise was coming from, it got louder, like somebody turned up the volume. Now, when he got in there, he turned off the radio, and he's looking crazy because you cannot operate that radio without a remote control or doing it manually, and nobody was in our bedroom. Why it came on, it has never done that in the whole time that we've ever had this. So I asked my dad tonight. I asked him, I said, hey, I said, have you been experiencing some weird things? Like anything happening? He's like, no, what you mean? I told him about what had happened. He said, well, I thought that was my TV. He said, I was sleeping and he said, it was really loud. He said, why my TV switching channels like that? He said, I don't did something to mess up the control. He turned the TV off. And I guess at that time, that's when my husband turned off the radio. So he thought it was his TV that was doing it and it was not. We can't explain this. I asked my husband to give me his phone because we have cameras inside the house to rewind the cameras to see if I could hear something on the videos. I rewind the video back to the time I heard my husband talking, but I never heard a sound of music. None. There was nothing that we heard on there, and that was really weird. I don't know what's going on or what the message is that somebody's trying to give to us. But that is really crazy. Let me know. Has anything happened like this to you guys? Or are we just really going crazy over here? Let me know.